everyone, this is Bev from Art by Bedell, and we have the results of that coffee stained paper that I was showing you that I was working on. So we're going to go through these pages and I'm going to show you what I layered on top of them, and I'll tell you what I felt was the worst choice for using as a vessel to leave some pattern on our paper, and then I'll tell you what I felt was my favorite, and then of course the best. The best and my favorite may not always be the same thing. Anyhow, so the first thing that we have here are some flowers that I have left over from my scrapbooking days. I have these fabric silky type flowers, and I have the paper flowers. The paper flowers did the best. Now I think the real trick to this is to get something that will fit snugly to your paper and then leaving it dry. It's hard. It's hard to wait for it to dry because you're like so excited. And I just want to take a peek, just a peek. Well, when you take a peek, then you loosen things up. But anyhow, the silky flowers did not do so well. They did leave an impression, but not as nicely as the paper flowers. Now, another plus too is that the silk flowers did not take the coffee as well. Now they did take it, you'll see here. So if I was trying to stain these flowers, they did do it on the outside edges. And here you'll see that that one's actually nicely done, but not as nicely as the paper flowers. The paper flowers stained up real nicely. Now, and here, look at that. These I can use again. I can use these flowers, I can use the other flowers again. So that's a plus, to be able to use whatever you're using to get your pattern on your paper over and over and over again. This is the paper with the flowers. So yes, you can see these are the fabric flowers, and they did leave an impression. Actually, they kind of, it's like an embossed impression, not just a ghosting. And then on the back side, it also picked up some of the other stencil because I layered one on top of the other. So I'm happy with that. I think that's nice. I think those will make nice papers. Some of them did cut into the paper, and this is 28-pound copy paper, and it's still cut into it. I would expect that of live foliage. I would not expect it of those silk flowers. So those are the silk flowers. What I really like is the way that the coffee stained the outside edges. I just think that's beautiful. And I had more of the silk flowers than I did the dried flowers or the paper flowers. Now this one is pretty. I really like it. I just like that. I think that darkness here. Now it's the same coffee that I dipped it all in, and it just all turns out differently. So like with the echo dyeing, you really don't know what you're going to get. You have an idea, but it has a mind of its own. It does whatever it wants. And the back side of that paper is beautiful too. Okay, now we're getting into, I think these are the paper flowers, and we have some stenciling going on here. Must have been from the page that was on top of that or underneath it. So you don't get, like, this is a stencil design here. These are more of the fabric flowers, the paper flowers. Look at the paper flowers. The detail in the paper flowers is just beautiful. This page I'm very, very happy with. Now this is some of the silk flowers or the fabric flowers and the paper flowers together. But I'm real happy with that. And then on the back side, here are the paper flowers. Now I think that the design shows through so much better. It's just really, really pretty. I like the paper flowers over the fabric flowers. And this is a lighter piece, and it's still very pretty. Lighter on the back, and here we have some more of the paper flowers. Okay, so the flowers are a do-over. We'll do them again. We like that. This is string. Now for string, I had some canvas that I had beat dyed for the Who Am I journal. I'd saved when I frayed the edges the string. So I just took the string, I laid it randomly on the papers and let it go. Now this has some of the textured ribbon showing through that I had done on the next few pages. it's a design in there. Was that the string? No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong, guys. This is this. One page turned out really well. The other page, I just got like a corner of it here. This one turned out really well. And it's the same stuff laid on there, and you get a really nice texture. So will I use this again? Yep, I'll use this again. I like that texture. I think that's nice. I could use that as a page, or I could use it as collage fodder. Any of this can be used as collage fodder. There's some I probably wouldn't use as a page and others that I would. Now, we are at our string, and we have a nice design with our string, along with something else going on underneath it. Probably from the stencil before it, or the, who knows. Anyhow, there's the string. I like what the string did. It just left some texture on our paper. This one I would use as a page, and I would use as fodder. This would be both. So that's our string. And moving on here, we have our string, we have some flowers. I do remember when I was putting these all together, at one point I took my fingers into the coffee and flicked it onto the paper. I like that. I will do that again. We're getting some of the lace going on here. And here we have the lace, again with the speckles. And this is the lace that I used. It's something that I picked up from Goodwill. I think it was curtains. At first, when I pulled them off, I thought, I'm not real impressed with the lace. As they dried even more and I pressed them, yeah, I do like the lace. You can see the design on here. Let's see, we have one that shows it even better. You can see it here. There we go. Now we have the design. You can see that right here and here. So yeah, the lace is again, I'll do it again. I like the lace. I like these dots. Okay, what do we have here? Here we have, some foliage, some leaves, and some Queen Anne's lace. So we're into the Queen Anne's lace. For the Queen Anne's lace, I think it was too intricate of a design. I think that it didn't fit snugly to our paper, even with the weighted. I put a big rock on it to weight it down. It just was, it was too thick. Now, I thought that a Queen Anne's lace was delicate enough that it wouldn't perforate my paper, that it would, with weight, it would lay nice and flat, and it just didn't happen for me. The leaves turned out pretty good, but then they're flatter. And here's some more leaves on this one. And the leaves that I used on here were some hydrangea leaves. Now, last time I did hydrangea leaves, I did them in the boiling technique, and they turned out beautiful. And here we have them. They're better here, much better. I like this ghosting effect. For a page, I think that'll be really, really pretty. So I'm not unhappy with the leaves. Here's the leaves here. And look at the edge of this paper, guys. I just love what the coffee staining did here. It just pools, and when it dries, it just soaks it all up. It's just way too cool. This is, I had out in my garden a baby sumac bush trying to grow, and I cut the branches off. Now, when I did echo printing with sumac last time, again, it was with the boiling technique, and that's a beautiful leaf to use in your echo printing. And here's another leaf. So I'm real happy with the foliage. Very, very nice. This one's very, very pretty too. Look at that. You don't have to, it even picked up like the flaws in the leaves here. The coffee settled down in. I would recommend this. And here is our sumac again. And it picked up some of the rust. This is what happens. And it's called tannin that's in the leaves. Whatever foliage has a high volume, a high concentrate of tannin in them, they do better for this type of echo printing, whether it's with the coffee or with the boiling technique. Very, very nice. Okay, here we are at the Queen Anne's lace. As you see, I did get a print, and it is a very interesting print. Actually, when I look at this, I think of snowflakes. And I think this is pretty cool. This could be a snowstorm page or something. It looks like snowflakes. Here on the back side, again, you can see them, but they've also perforated the paper a little bit. This one hasn't actually gone all the way through. But the coffee staining is actually beautiful on this. And then with the variations in color, yeah. So, do I like the Queen Anne's lace? Yeah, I like the Queen Anne's lace. It leaves a nice pattern. Looks like snowflakes, like I said. Really, just really pretty. Do I like that it perforated some of my paper? No, not really. Here's one. How about this one, guys? There's a lot of nice dark color in there. This is one of the Queen Anne's laces that wasn't opened up. It was a bud, and that shows perfectly. There we go. Here's where we did some perforating. I snipped off the stem right next to the flower, hoping that I got it, but it'll be okay. And then, oh my gosh, just look at this one. This will make too dark of a page, I think. I may or may not use it as a page, but for collage fodder. And then you've got all the little flowers. This one is absolutely stunning when you see it up close. In the back side. Just the way the coffee pooled all around that. Now, I do think my Queen Anne's lace was the first thing that I laid onto my tin. It was a cookie tray tin, and I think that it got this dark because it was laying on that tin. That's really nice. And some more Queen Anne's lace. I did do quite a bit of Queen Anne's lace. So was Queen Anne's lace a failure? No, it wasn't a failure. Is it my favorite? No, it's not my favorite. I like it. It has potential. It's not my favorite. Then we come to stencils. Okay, guys, stencils never fail. They lay snug to your paper. If you don't disturb them, you get a beautiful print. Every time I've done stencils, I've been very happy. The biggest success is stencils. Are they my favorite? I thought I had a favorite picked out. Now I'm not quite so sure after going through them again. Let's just go through the stencils and just look at how detailed they are, how perfect they are. Very, very pretty. Now this is 2 stencils that we're picking up from front and back. The numbers, the alphabet, you can read them. These can either be pages or I can cut them up and use them as fodder. Either way, I've used them as pages before, and they were so nice. Yeah, every one of the stencil one turned out nice. You have some that look like ghosting and some that are just so vivid. Look what it's done along the edge here. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about the stencils. They're just perfect. Look at this one. Oh my gosh, is that like stunning or what? It is so dark and pretty, and you take this and cut it up and use this as a pocket in your journal. Oh yeah, there we go, another pot. Yeah, very, very nice. Really nice on the back side also. Here we go, look how nice that turned out. Just perfect, right guys? This one, okay, it's going to reveal that I peeked because I lifted up the stencil, and when it laid back down, all I did was went like this to take a peek and laid back down, and it moved the stencil a little bit, so you got a shadow. Yep, it's telling on me. Okay, very, 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 very pretty. Look at this one. I've done this one before and just love it. That's going to make a beautiful page in a journal. Look at that. Even the back side. There it is, a little lighter. Look at that, same stencil. And I only have one, so the papers were just laid together and a stencil in between them, and this is what we get. And this one too, I love the little spots. And here on the back side, we have a mix of whatever, but I like it, it's pretty cool. The owls. When I do this, I use every stencil in my collection now. Mind you, when I took these out and looked at them, I'm like, you know what? I need different stencils. So what did I do? I went to Amazon and ordered some more stencils. bird, the rose. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the stencils don't fail. Never fail. Very, very, very nice. So yes, the stencils are my favorite, and they're also the best one to use to get the best print from. Look at that. You can't get any better than that. And how instant is this? This is so much easier than taking all the time with a dauber or whatever that you use to put your ink on with, and this is so much quicker. Pretty, pretty pretties. For some reason, I didn't get a good butterfly or the fern that turned out perfectly last time. There's the fern. I do like the fern and the butterfly. Okay, so I would highly recommend stencils. Next choice would probably be texture like this. Gave a great image. I would probably say paper flowers would be my next choice. So stencils, paper flowers, and then after that, I like the lace. But I think on the lace, I have not been able to find any of the plastic lace that has the open weave to it. A lot of the plastic lace that I find has been printed on the plastic, so there's no holes in it for the coffee to pool into to give you the different designs. Would it leave some sort of print? Probably some sort of print, but I want the open plastic lace tablecloths or placemats, and I haven't been able to find them. But as soon as I find them, I'm going to do some of this coffee staining with the plastic, and I'll bet you I'll put that first, probably above my stencils and everything. It's going to be like a stencil is what it's going to be like. So here we go. I hope it was worth your wait, and I know a lot of you were anticipating and couldn't wait to see what the results were, so here they are. I want to thank you for looking, and hey, if you make some of this, then post it down in the comments below. We'd all love to see what you've done and what you feel your favorite was and how it turned out. So you have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye now.